impactful. It's going to affect you in some type of way. You just gotta come at it with an open mind and an open heart, y'all. So we're going to jump into this one. We're going to see what we get out of it. And know what, man? We just need some motivation sometimes, right? We're at the end of the week. We've been beaten. We've been battered. We're bruised. We've been stressed out this week. Maybe this is even the start of our work week. You never know. Some people just have different work schedules. Whatever it is, we need motivation and inspiration from time to time. And I know some of us, we ain't getting that self-love, that self-care. So you know what? I'm going to bring it to y'all. Here it is. Turn your pain to power. Trent Shelton.
There's somebody out there this morning or evening, wherever you're at in the world. There's a lot of things in life that you need to quit on. There's things that don't serve you, things that hurt you, that aren't good for you. I want to be clear with that. But there's also things in your life that you don't need to quit on because it's going to grow you. That could be your relationship. That could be your vision. That could be your health. You know, so many people are going through hard times right now. And trust me, I get it. When you're going through these hard times and these trials and these tribulations, the easiest thing to do is to give up, because it doesn't seem like it's going to get better. It doesn't seem like tomorrow is going to bring anything different, but you can't think like that. You know, one of the things that helped me, and I'll share this with you guys, I know it seems simple, but it's powerful. I always tell you guys to control your perspective. And, you know, one thing that I've learned in my life, when things used to happen to me that weren't good, I would always ask, like, why me? Or I would complain, or I feel like I'm the victim in the situation. But I've changed my mindset towards that. So when things happen to me now, whether it's a detour, a challenge, a roadblock, somebody hurts me, whatever, stress, I now say, instead of saying, why did this happen to me? I now immediately say, how can this strengthen me? How can this help me? How can this grow me?
Now that's powerful, right? Shoot, and this is literally me in 2021, right? This is literally me today. This was literally me now in my life, right? If this was like over a year ago, if this was a couple years ago, a few years ago, whatever it is, my mindset would have been that. It would have been, why me? Why is this happening now? Why? Why is all this happening, right? But now I've shifted my mindset. You know, sometimes those thoughts kind of creep in every now and then, but it's not where it's so detrimental to my mental health where I'm just like beating myself up about it, right? Shoot, truck was overheating a little bit today. Not really once did I go through in my mind like, why me? Why this again? I deal with this every time I have a car. Why? That thought didn't come into my mind. I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm good, right? I'm Gucci. There's nothing wrong right now. Like, I'm good, man. Like, you know, maybe it's a little stress, like tiny stress factor, but nothing like anything that's really going to affect me, right? And my fiance was like pretty much just comforting me, like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. I'm like, babe, I know everything's gonna be okay. Like, my mindset's different, you know, right? You're with me and we're building our life together, but where my mental state is when you met me, a big switch changed, right? I had a lot of this stuff that I just never applied, but now being with someone so amazing, right? Now that's definitely shifted, right? It's definitely changed. So that's the powerful part, right? That's the powerful part. I'm like, okay, know what? My mindset is different now. I know I'm good. I know everything's gonna be okay. I ain't stressing it. I ain't worried about it, right? You know, things happen. You know, when I got fired, right? When I got fired a few weeks ago, the initial shock was like, dang. But then as I thought about it, I was like, no, what? It's all good, right? Things happen. It's fine. A few days ago, well, really throughout the last couple weeks and stuff, just actually did my resume, did it good, put it up on Indeed, started getting different offers to go apply. I was like, okay, know what, my confidence up, right? Being approved for DoorDash, cool. Really taking the Herbalife thing serious, cool, right? Now getting a job offer, amazing, right? So that's pretty much like my mindset's changed, just like Trent was saying, right? So yeah, that's the powerful part, right? Let's go ahead and go back into it.
And that immediately, and I want you to understand this, what it does, it immediately, the word program is such a powerful word, so I don't want to say program, but it immediately shifts your mindset to move from pain to power. Okay? From
From pain to power.
move to pain to power, because if you're living in pain, if you're accepting pain, nothing's going to change. And you might be thinking right now, well, Trent, that's easier said than done. And I agree, it is. But it's easy just to accept it. And I'm not talking about a positive acceptance where you accept something and you're able to move on, because if you know what I talk about, acceptance is key. But I'm talking about a negative acceptance where you just say, this happened to me, I can't do anything about it, I'm not going to change it, I'm going to accept it, and that's it, right? You don't do nothing after that. It's easy just to do that. It's easy just to complain. It's easy to throw in the towel. It's easy to give up, right? But what that does is make your life harder. So it might be easy now, but it makes your life harder. Whereas on the flip side, that, you know, trying to change your mindset towards it, trying to push through it, telling yourself, I'm not going to quit, I'm not going to give up, faithing it out, as I like to call it, that's hard. It's not easy. But it's hard now, but it makes your life easier later on. So I want you to understand that regardless, life is going to be hard at some point. And so my message to you today is to put yourself in a position to make your life easier. It doesn't mean that circumstances change. I'm not one of these people that tell you that your circumstances are going to change overnight. It doesn't mean that. I don't know if your circumstances will change, but you will get stronger. And that's what it's about. It's about becoming better, not becoming perfect. It's about becoming stronger. It's about growing. It's about learning. It's about educating yourself.
Right. See that part where he was just talking about, right? It's not about, I mean, it's about becoming stronger. I mean, you might get out of the situation might get better, things might just get better, but the thing is, it's about strengthening yourself from it. It's right, it's about becoming stronger. It's about really just laying that, really build you into who God made you to be, right? Why were you put in through this for this pressure on you to really make you into that diamond that you're supposed to be, right? So I like that. That was real. That was nice. That was really nice, right? So let's go ahead and finish this video out. 2 more minutes, bro.
So some of you guys might be in positions where you feel like there's no way out. There's always a way out. I can promise you that. Even if you can't get yourself out
Ooh, there's always a way out. Remember that.
of the situation, you can change your mindset towards the situation. You can find the power out of that situation. And I've seen people, I mean, you take people in prison, for example, that might be in prison for life or a lot of years. And some of these people come out better than they were. Some of these people change their lives in there, or some in prison. Like, there's nothing else. Like, what else do you have to look forward to? But what do? They say, I'm going to find the power out of the situation. And they become better people in the most toxic environment. How does that work? It's perspective. It's changing that. And I know I talk a lot about perspective, but it really changed my life. It really, really did when I look at things differently. And it puts me in a better space to create, a better space to operate, and a better space to move forward with my life. Because when you don't give up, you'll meet your potential. You'll meet the greatness, right? Your relationship can go to that incredible level. Your friendship can go to that incredible level. If it's something that it can be fixed, okay? I don't want to put a message out to tell you to stay in a toxic, abusive situation in your life where it's not going to get better for sure. But for something that can be fixed, just don't quit, because too many times we quit on life and then it makes life a lot harder. You know, look at all these ideas that people didn't quit on, and it just made me reflect on my journey and say, man, like, I'm glad I didn't quit. I'm glad I didn't give up when it was very easy for me to do so, when it was the comfortable thing for me to do, when it was the easy way out. I'm glad I didn't do it, because look where I'm at now with my life. Look how much I progressed. Look how much I grew just because I made that decision not to quit. And I told myself, how can this strengthen me? Okay, so that's a thing you can write down. I think you need to apply daily and train your mindset to operate that and to respond like that.
Yeah, see, it's all about training our mindset, right? Really getting into just that change in mindset, right? Like he said, he was reflecting. He's like, man, imagine if I would have just quit on all these ideas. What if I would have just quit on all these different scenarios, right? Think about it for yourself. Time to really reflect on yourself. Just like we did earlier in the video, we've reflected on this past year, right? with this whole pandemic right now is reflect on yourself. What have you quit on anything? Have you really strived to do better with certain things? Have you just stayed putting in the work, doing big things, right? That's the key. Are you, really just putting in the work? Are you quitting? Are you striving to do better? Are you pursuing more? What are you doing, right? We don't need to be quitting, right? We really just need to really just keep striving to do better. Allow certain things to build us, mold us into who we need to be, right? That's the important part. So, I hope that, all of this is motivating to you. I hope that this is kind of like, what makes you reflect a little bit and be like, what, there might be some things I need to change. There might be some things I just need to work a little bit harder on. Maybe I just need to look back on certain things I quit, and maybe I just need to restart those things back up, right? So that's the thing. So I hope that y'all are doing great. I hope that y'all are blessed. And know what? Thank y'all for tuning in to the live. It's your boy Sweet. This is the Crayon Rocket Podcast. You can catch it up on Anchor. Really need to start doing a little bit more on that. So I've been kind of slacking. So I do apologize. But I appreciate everything that y'all do. I appreciate everything that you guys just do in your life. And whether you support me or not, that's cool with me. I ain't here to act like I'm better than anybody whatsoever. I'm just living my life, doing my thing. And like I said, Crayon Rocket, be creative, be unique, be you. Or be unique, be creative, and be you. And without further ado, I'm going to have to bid y'all adieu. And know what? If you ain't liking the page yet, I would appreciate it if you would like the page too. And if you ain't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribe too. And until next time, salute. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much, more than you ever know. So, Crayon Rocket, our motto is be unique, be creative, be you. Why is this important? Because we were all created in the image of God. We were all perfectly and wonderfully made. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Share it, like it, subscribe. I would appreciate it. God bless.